following program is sponsored by Michael W. Smith. The views expressed on the following program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership.
Phoenix, Arizona, this is Brother Mike. It's Filthy Fridays. Welcome to HardcoreChristianity.com. You are about to listen to the nastiest Christian radio broadcast in the country. You're going to hear the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and I don't care anymore. No, I'm lying. I never did. Today's Bible study, Satan's War on America. Spiritual warfare is real. Even the lukewarm carnal Christians at church now believe it. This is Brother Mike. I am the professional counselor at the Arizona Deliverance Center in Central Phoenix. We're on 15th Avenue, just south of Osborne Road. It's the red brick building. Website, hardcorechristianity.com. 2 services every week, live, preaching, teaching, healing, and deliverance. Brother Rick and the team are there Thursday nights at 7 o'clock. That's the most anointed deliverance service anywhere in the United States. Come watch it. It's real. Friday nights, my teaching for my radio listeners both start at 7 o'clock. Both are broadcast on my Facebook page, Michael W. Smith. Both are live streamed on youtube.com/House of Healing AZ. When you go to the website, sign up for one of our free seminars. We've got women's seminars, monthly seminars. I have a teaching class on the 4th Saturday of every month. Starts at noon. It's in the small sanctuary. It's all free. Please come. All the radio programs are archived on the website. PayPal button. Thank you for sending us all your kind donations over the years and keeping us on the air. 19 years we've been on the air in Phoenix. We're one of the longest running private individual radio broadcast ministries in the state of Arizona. Sister Karen's on the homepage of the website, ready to list your house for sale. She loves working with born-again Christians. I don't know if you have noticed this, but there's Satan. Satan has a war on America. It's unbelievable, and it's going to get worse, and the saints are going to be defeated in the tribulation. But they are not going to be defeated now, because you are going to learn spiritual warfare. You're going to join our team at the Arizona Deliverance Center, and we are going to, from the state of Arizona, fight back. You're going to help. Daniel chapter 7, here it is, quote, the great prophet said, quote, I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints, and he prevailed against them. This is the great prophet Daniel talking about the tribulation, the second half of his Daniel 70th week. 70 weeks, the second half of it, from the last 3.5 years of the tribulation. The rise of the Antichrist and the false prophet, they take over, they make war against the saints. Revelation chapter 13. Here is Daniel's prophecy, repeated. Quote, it was given to him to make war with the saints, to overcome them. Power was given to him over all kindreds, tongues, and nations. Greek words now. The Greek word for power was exousia. It means authority. Authority was given to him. We're talking about the Antichrist and the false prophet. Over all kindreds. Phule is the Greek word there. It means races or clans or tribes. Tongues and nations, authority was given to him. The Greek word is paradidomi. It means it was completely released to him. It was released to the Antichrist and the false prophet. Unbelievable. What's going to be released and how's it going to look? Here it is, 1 Timothy chapter 1. Paul specifically explains it. This is what's coming after us, folks. In fact, it's already here. I did a teaching on the pre-tribulation, which we are currently in. It's on my YouTube teaching channel. I'd watch it if I were you. Check this out, 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 9. Knowing this, that the law isn't made for a righteous man, but for lawless people. Lawless people and disobedient people. People who disobey. The law is made for, number 1, ungodly people. Number 2, sinners. That's the Greek word harmatolos. It means people who are living and practicing chronic sin. The law is made for unholy people, for profane people. Bebelos is the Greek word. It means people who have gone so far that other people have not gone. They've crossed the line. Bebelos. They've crossed the line into sin. Profane people. The law is made for murderers of mothers and fathers. We see matricide and patricide in the news every month now, sometimes weekly in the United States. It's amazing. The law is made for manslayers. Androphanos is what? Murderers. Murderers. Are you kidding me? The murder rate is skyrocketing in America. The law is made for whoremongers. Pornos is the Greek word for whoremonger there. It means a sexually promiscuous male. The law is made for those who defile themselves with mankind. Arseno, koitus, is the Greek word. It means homosexuals. Koites is the Greek word for sperm or semen. And what it's talking about there is two homosexuals having anal intercourse. The law is made for man-stealers. Andropodistes is the Greek word for man-stealer there. It means kidnappers. The law is made for liars. And the last one Paul lists here in 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 9 and 10. He lists perjured persons. Apierkos. Apierkos is a Greek word that means people who lie under oath. Joe Gamaldi, who is the vice president of the FOP, the Fraternal Order of Police, 2 weeks ago released certain statements about the rise in crime. He was trying to explain it to America, but what he was really explaining was Satan's war on America. Joe Gamaldi said, quote, "I think what you're really seeing is these signs of urban decay that are occurring in our communities, especially the Democrat-run cities. It's a result of rogue prosecutors and activist judges and a revolving door criminal justice policy. Quote, we have had people that are trigger pullers who are getting out on probation after shooting people, or they're out on 8 felony bonds, and then after they shoot someone, they get another bond. Quote, if you combine that with the anti-police rhetoric that seems to permeate every single major cities, especially the ones run by Democrats, it's a recipe for a disaster, and this is just beginning to happen, unquote, Joe said. Quoting Joe again, we are at historic crime numbers in 2020, and 2021 will be worse. We saw over 20,000 homicides we hadn't seen since the 1990s. 2021 will be worse, quote unquote. Joe says, quotes, it's even worse in cities that decided to defund the police departments. They saw increases in murders. And he runs down the list here: Chicago, Minneapolis, Portland, New York, Philadelphia. And he says, quote, the list goes on and on. Can you imagine it? Jen Penske is the White House press secretary. Okay? And I don't have enough words to describe this unfortunate person. She will literally say anything. It's almost laughable if it wasn't so sad, but she explained 2 weeks ago that the Republican Party were the ones that caused defunding the police. AOC from New York, part of the squad, she said these crime statistics they're fake and they're causing hysteria. She said they need to be stopped. Okay. But there's no way to stop Satan's war in America. Check it out. Oakland City Council, run by 100% Democrats, decided to defund the Oakland Police Department by $18 million. $18 million. Their homicide rate in Oakland is up 87% over record levels last year. What's causing all these problems? Well, obviously, you've been watching the news. It's a perfect storm of satanic intervention. Number one, the economy collapsed. The billionaires got richer. They locked down and gutted the middle class. They destroyed them. They did it deliberately so the big box stores would get all the money. Duh. They're outthinking us, folks. Not hard to see if you're looking. This whole thing's caused by social anxiety disorders. People are petrified of the pandemic and all these lies spoken about COVID and these fake vaccines. Depolicing in major cities, cutting police departments of funding, officers retiring left and right, police shortages, almost no applicants for police departments in major democratic cities around the country. Resources being stripped, resources being transferred from police departments to downtown areas. What they're doing is trying to fix the downtown areas because of the protests, and it's taking away from policing in the other areas of the city and in rural areas. Part of the reason for this total disaster is releasing criminals pre-trial. It's happening all the time now. Murderers and rapists and killers being released into the community waiting for a trial. Many of them never show up. Why'd they do that? Well, we had to do that because it was COVID-19. Murder rates skyrocketing in Philadelphia, New York, Minneapolis, Chicago, Portland, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C. You believe the level of crime? It's unreal. Carjackings. It's all caused by criminals with handguns. Law-abiding citizens with handguns are not causing the problem. It's the criminals. Did you know that murders in Portland are up by over 800%? I mean, how can that be? How can it be? What am I talking about? I know exactly how it can be. It's Satan's war on America. He is making not only war with the saints, but war with America. And this is going to continue. It's not going to stop, and it's going to get worse. What needs to happen? You need to learn spiritual warfare. You need to change your Mickey Mouse Christian life, and you need to start becoming the fighter and the warrior God has called you to be. You need to answer your call to your destiny. It's time for you to climb off the canvas and wipe that yellow streak off your back and learn spiritual warfare and fight back. I can help you. I will teach you. I will bless you. I will pray for you. I will do everything I can to help you. 602-636-5800. Send me an email, mike@hardcorechristianity.com. Thursday and Friday night is our deliverance services. The seminars teach spiritual warfare. I teach a deliverance training class on the fourth Saturday of every month. We're in the downtown Phoenix area. There is no reason you can't get this training online or in person. Do it now.
The views expressed on this program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership. This program was sponsored by Michael W. Smith.